some vengeance.
Oh, I'm here. I'm here. AWO, everywhere in the house. What's up, guys? A beautiful Tuesday night. Yes, Tuesday, right? Tuesday, February 10th. What's up? I hope you all you guys are doing good, man. Hope you're doing good. All right.
I don't know what to do. I absolutely lose my.
Hope you're all good. Okay? Hope you're kicking ass. Hope you're really doing good. Alright, man. That's what I'm. Man, my chat is dead. Dead, dead, dead. Dead. I mean, it's dead. I'm serious. It's dead. It's dead. But I'm here. I'm not dead. Or am I? Am I dead? No, I'm alive. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking. Okay? Okay? Alright, man. I want to see this chat popping. I want to see this pat chop. We're gonna chopping, guys. Is it chopping? Whatever. I want to see this chat active. Got a lot of things to say. All right. Got two things to talk about. Two major things to talk about. Actually, two major things I want to talk about today. Two major big things. I was going to do yesterday. All right. All right. Two major things. I got to look for this. We're going to talk Supergirl and Spider-Man. And with Spider-Man, we're going to talk about villains and also plot leaks. Along with the Supergirl testing, they have plot leaks. So we're going to do Supergirl first. I want to see if my friend wants to come on. Blinded, my co-host. Hey, Johnny Dome. My co-host wants to come on. I got a... right. Okay, and I got to invite him. All right, Supergirl. All right. So, yeah, I saw the Super Bowl, Puppy Bowl commercial, Supergirl advertising, where she first meets Crypto. It was, of course, they dropped that during the Puppy Bowl. Makes sense. Obviously, no Super Bowl trailer, nothing like that. We don't need a Super Bowl trailer, but I understand why they dropped something during the Puppy Bowl because of crypto. Obviously, crypto is where they introduced crypto, and that where she runs into crypto, or crypto runs into her. Okay, all right. And with the destruction of Krypton. Okay. Okay, this is not a good article. There we go. We'll just use comicbook.com. I'll just use that. Okay. All right. So the test screening reveals details about Lobo, how the movie compares to Superman. Okay, okay, that's what this is going to be about. This trailer. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about. Okay, all right. According to Alex Talk Films, the cinematography is an upgrade compared to Superman, and there's an action-packed halfway scene that is said to be good as those in Daredevil and the Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Okay. Supergirl also has a darker tone than Superman, with a story that focuses on human trafficking and a lot more violence. Overall, there's said to be a perfect balance of humor, darkness, and lightness. Oh, so it's Batman. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's Batman. House of Dragon turned as. I know what you did there. I'm kidding. I'm kidding about the Batman part. Other tidbits include the redesign of Krem, the Yellow Hills being extremely menacing and a tremendous villain. Meanwhile, Jason Momoa Lobo is said to have a substantial role that's crucial to the ending. She saved the DCU. Oh yeah. I don't know if she saved the DCU. That's Supergirl. Supergirl cannot save the DCU. Wait, the Supergirl. I did not know the DCU is on life support. I thought it was doing well. Okay. I thought the DCU is doing well. Okay. Other interesting tidbits include the redesigned Krem, the Yellow Host being extremely menacing. Oh, I read that already. I read that part already. Okay. Trusted source Cryptid 4 Qual has rated to say this his matches what they've been told, but know that two super sources called Krem lame and underwhelming. Okay. So you got one person saying extremely menacing and tremendous, and you got the other saying Krem is lame and underwhelming. Okay. Okay. I want to talk about this. Okay. Well, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. We can have different opinions on a villain or a hero. You might find, and shut up, Red. I know you're happy. You might find a villain underwhelming, and some might find a villain amazing. Okay? Amazing. All right? The problem with this, when you have two people like this say the villain is underwhelming or is amazing, you're gonna make people be like, you want to know something? I want to know the truth. You want to know the freaking truth about test screenings? You want to know the freaking truth? Nobody gives a shit about test screenings. I'm just gonna say this: nobody gives a shit about test screenings except the studio. The only people that give a shit about test screenings is people like me talking about it. But in the general scheme of things, nobody gives a shit about test screenings. Also, John. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you, Red. I don't blame you for partying, man. I don't blame you for having a good time. But nobody cares about test screenings. Okay? Okay? I'm just saying. Nobody really cares about test screenings except the studios. Okay? Only people that talk about test screenings are people like us. But to me, it really doesn't mean anything. The hardcore DC fans, comic book fans, are going to see the movie, whether it's bad or good. General audiences, you think they care about test screenings? You think they're aware of test screenings? You think they don't care? They don't care about test screenings. To me, test screenings are not always an indication of how good or bad a movie is. It's more of a. I know it's like testing products out to see if the people are into it or not. I don't think it's the same for. I don't think it's same. It works for movies. I really don't, because there's always been positive test screenings where movies do bad and are bad, and there's and vice versa. I just don't believe in test screenings at all. Oh my, no, 56K. No, he couldn't. Okay, no, he couldn't. But I just don't. Like test screenings to me are just obsolete. Okay, it's matter the people. Whoever saw the test screen say yeah they like it or they didn't like it. Okay, okay, whatever. But it's interesting. I mean, Supergirl is a little darker. It is a darker than Superman. Superman is more of a lighthearted character. Supergirl is a more traumatic, more trauma character than Superman because she went through all the stuff that Superman didn't have to go through. The destruction of Krypton, feeling lonely, losing everything. Where Superman, Clark Kent, Kal-El didn't really, right? Doesn't really have to go through that. Okay, Supergirl was on her own for most of the time, right? On her own, and yeah, I mean, obviously, okay. The Inside Layer is basically based on Superman 2020, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Logan, Man of Steel, and The Last of Us smashed into one film without the radar elements. Whoever seen would probably answer my film choice. Crypto is Rocket, Carol is Joe Logan. For the most part, that sounds very positive. This is what like you spend the coming months looking to build excitement surroundings, but a new TV spot or the trailer isn't looking likely. Well, but it did. It did. The TV spot did come out. All right. So, okay. Now you made this movie have to do more than it should. Too much pressure on this movie by this one person, an insider. There's one insider putting so much pressure on this one movie with all these movies combined: Superman, Guardians, Logan, Man of Steel, Last of Us, MASH in one film. Naming all those movies into one film, you know how much pressure that's putting into Supergirl. Now people are going to expect Supergirl to be great, be great. Well, people like us are expect it to be great. Okay. So much pressure on the DCU overall. So much pressure on the DCU. As much as okay, as much as you want, as some of you want to, I'm going to call some people as much as you want to deny it. Marvel's making a comeback, an actual comeback. Okay, they're actually making a comeback. But let's not do DC versus Marvel. Okay, let's not do DCU versus MCU. MCU is actually making a strong comeback. Okay, and let's stop putting pressure on DCU to rival Marvel, please. Let's stop doing that. Let's have fun with it, but let's stop making it a war between the two companies, Disney and Warner Brothers. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's stop having this battle between the two. Marvel is making a comeback, and this is not DC be on its own. Don't. This is not the old regime of Warner Brothers where they're trying to compete. This isn't sports, okay, or wrestling. We have opponents and teams, okay. This isn't that. I mean, Red is probably like slurring his words. But Supergirl. I'm reading the comments. Hello, Anthony. I'm reading some of the comments. Yeah. Also, I don't know much about these scoopers. Alex Talk Films. I don't know much about. Oh shit! Why is it not responding? My internet. Oh. Okay. I don't know much about the credibility of these scoopers. I don't know much about them. Okay. I know the usual suspects. The Dan RPK. The How My Time to Shine. Daniel Witchman. Oh, Daniel RPK is down. Which Cosmic Circus. Jeff Snyder. I don't know much about these two. Okay. And I also I the problem with me, I can't take Scooper's claims legit on anything. If a movie's good or bad from test screenings. I can't. I can't. Because some Scoopers have been known to play favorites, and if you really look at it, the Scoopers say nothing bad about these scoops, about what they supposedly hear. Okay? I can't trust Scoopers from anybody. I mean, on anything, even if the test screening stuff. No. I'm sure they do test screenings, obviously. Okay? An insider. The problem is, when a scooper says they have an insider, the scooper is that insider. Okay? A scooper is the insider. You know anything about sports? The insider is the people reporting on the trade free agent rumors. Those are the scoopers. All right? So I mean, sure, probably be a good movie. Probably a good movie. I just don't think it's going to make as much as Superman. And I think I think I'll have a good reception wise. I mean, the positivity of the DCU is heading in the right direction. The direction of DCU is going in the right direction. But you got to remember, not everything is going to be hit or miss. Marvel, the very success of Marvel had misses, a lot of misses. So it's early stages, right? It's early stages of DCU. Peacemaker was solid, Superman was solid, right? And you got to remember, even early stages of Marvel, they're developing this universe. It had misses, and it did not hamper the MCU, the Infinity Saga. And I don't think it's going to be this. If Supergirl is a miss, I don't think it's going to hurt the DCU at all. I know it's going to be the Snyder cult to say Supergirl's a flop, the DCU is dead. DCU is dead, and that's not going to be the case. Okay. Okay. And Marvel is making a comeback. They are making a comeback. I mean, they've been making a comeback since. Actually, I would say since Deadpool Wolverine. You go really far back. Since Deadpool Wolverine have been making a comeback. Because that's when they had a big hit. And then Agatha was so successful. Yes. Yes, Captain America was what it is. But Thunderbolts was really good. Fantastic Four was successful. The shows were good. Daredevil was good. Loki season okay, uh, not Loki. Loki was 2023, but Ironheart was solid. Okay, and Wonder Man was really really good. They had the last 2 to 3 years. Marvel has done much better in terms of quality of a film and TV show. And they're making a comeback, and they're going to make a huge comeback today. Today, this year. So let's not do this competition between the two, okay? Because they're not competing against each other. Supergirl does not need to do amazingly well to say, "Oh my God, DCU is surpassing MCU." No, no, okay. And Supergirl, if it does terrible, and people will say, "I told you the MCU is still better than DCU." No, 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 no. The success of Supergirl does not determine how should affect Marvel at all. Okay, it may affect Marvel in terms of box office. Okay, the Snyder stands are going to have a field day with how Supergirl is going to do it. They're probably going to say Supergirl needs to do more than Superman to be successful. And it's not. And it's Superman fans, DCU fans will say, "We got a Supergirl movie. Where's your Supergirl movie? We got a sequel to Superman. Where's your sequel?" Oh yeah, didn't happen. Okay, this is a year of hopefully great movies because there's a lot of top-notch movies coming out this year outside of Marvel and DC. Okay, a lot of top-notch movies. Okay, Universal's having some Minions and Monsters, Odyssey from Disney, Toy Story. Pixar's having stuff, right? Pixar's having stuff. What else? Dune 3, Dune Messiah. There's a lot of movies coming out this year that makes last year, because last year wasn't really a strong year until the end, look obsolete. Look, like, look, make last year look like that 2025 should be ashamed of themselves for having that movie slate that year. Okay. Now you're gonna hear, and also there's Spider-Man test screenings too at the same time, right? Spider-Man test screenings or plot leaks, not plot leaks. People are going to the movies again. Well, there's better movies this year, 56K. Yeah, 2026 is stacked, and 2027 is stacked too. The next 2 years are stacked. 2025 was kind of a wall, and the studios uh, are glad. They're glad that 2026 is here because they know in 2026 will be a lot more successful financially than 2025. Only Disney made. I mean, the last 2 months of 2025, Disney made 3 to 4 billion with Avatar and and Zootopia. The last 2 months, November, December. I don't think any other movie got, and Mona may got a billion. I don't think any other, there was no, okay, Minecraft almost got there. This year, 2026, they're gonna surpass more than, there's a possibility of three, two, two Marvel movies are gonna hit a billion. Okay, two Marvel, Spider-Man and Avengers are gonna hit a billion. Okay, Toy Story could probably hit a billion. I say Toy Story. Dune 3 is a wild card. Odyssey is a wild card. But this year, there's a lot more movies on this slate, 2026 slate, that's gonna make a lot more than 500 million at least. At least. Okay. When it comes to comic book movies, yeah, Marvel's gonna out. Marvel's gonna make more money than DC movies. You got Avengers and Spider-Man going up against Supergirl and Clayface. Okay. Okay. If you put Spider-Man up against Batman, there's a better competition. But Clayface and and Supergirl. What might hurt Clayface is it being rated R. Rated R. Okay. Supergirl does not need to make a lot of money to be successful, and even if it isn't successful, it's not going to ruin DCU, like the Snyder Cut is going to just say. It's not going to make the DCU dead. It's not going to kill the DCU. Okay? It's not, because it's going to continue. What might happen is, some people may not be interested in Supergirl going forward, the character, or Lobo, how they feel about the character, or whatever. Because I hope people fall in love, especially Lobo, because that'll be fun. At 56K. Alright. I'm gonna go solo. Alright, let's get to Spider-Man. Man. Every day when I see on X, there's always a new rumor about Spider-Man villains and Spider-Man today. Now it's possibly up to 10. 10 Spider-Man villains. 10 Spider-Man villains. Yes. 10 Spider-Man villains. Soon it'll be 11, 12, 13, 14, 56K will be a Spider-Man villain. I'll be a Spider-Man villain. Red will be a Spider-Man villain. For sure, Blinded. Everybody will be a Spider-Man villain eventually. Eventually. Okay? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 8 Ball, who is like 8 Ball, who is like what? A D-list villain is rumored. It's rumored to be in this. Okay? Rumored to be in this movie. Along with a bunch of other villains. Okay? Okay? And so the rumor is that Sadie Sink is playing a character that escaped damage control. A character with powers that escaped damage control. I wouldn't say mutant. I'm not going to say Jean Grey because I don't think it's Jean Grey. Okay? I don't think it's Jean Grey. I'm still gonna be convinced it's not Jean Grey, that the character she's playing. I think she's either playing this other character who's in the comics, or she's playing Angelica Jones. Angelica Jones, Fire Firestar, right? That's her name, Firestar. Okay, but yeah, there's rumors of other villains in the movie. Eight Ball. So like we're gonna have like Tarantula, Eight Ball, Scorpion, Tombstone. Uh, who else? I don't know who else. Heck, Shocker. But also rumors the Jacko, Miles Warren is another rumor who's gonna be in it. Okay, another villain. Might as well just put fucking Green Goblin in it. Green Goblin. Let's put all the Spider-Man villains. How about this? The Sinister 16. How about this? How about we add in some other villains, or not Spider-Man villains? How about we add in some X-Men villains too to add to that to add to the list, to the growing list of Spider-Man villains. And now apparently it's according to plot leaks, Peter Parker is a freaking stalker. He's a creep, a stalker too. Coincidentally, he's going to at the end going to live in the same building near MJ. MJ in the same building as MJ, Michelle Jones. It's creepy, creepy. Oh boy, I hope we don't Klaus Saga down the road. Oh, Miles Warren was mentioned in the Craven movie. Craven movie. I'll let y'all know. He was mentioned in the Craven movie. Okay. Now, Miles Warren could be working as a professor. He could be a scientist at damage control. Iron Boy was like, yeah. Heck, we could put Mandarin in there. But Eight Ball. Now, it's probably going to have, they're probably doing the same thing that Fantastic Four did with the montage at the beginning. Probably going to have like a montage of Spider-Man, what he's been doing. Because I'm sure there's going to be some years past since No Way Home. And I'm sure there's going to be a little montage of what he's up to, what he's been up to. Okay? And these villains that I mentioned, some of them are, you don't need an arc or a story revolving around them, right? Eight Ball, you don't need a story, an arc around them, right? In the movie, Tarantula, right? Scorpion needs more attention. Scorpion is a lot more of a character of a villain that's more used, more recognizable in the Spider-Man comics. So yeah, Scorpion obviously is different than a character of the Eight Ball. Tombstone, sure, the gang thing, because there is apparently going to be some gangs involved. The Hand might be involved. They're not okay. It looks like they're not okay, but in the end, who's like? Yeah, I feel like they're taking from Miami's version from Castle Spider-Man for folk and weaker villains. Maybe, 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 possibly. Okay. Uh, uh, I don't. Sadie Sink's character, if it's the villain thinking it is, possibly she is. Yeah, she's a threat. She could be a main villain. If she's Angelica Stone Firestarter, she's not gonna. Look, there's an idea. Some people have this stupid belief that she's gonna be what's Frank Castle's Punisher's sidekick too. Like could be she's sidekick. Like that's not the case. Everybody assumed that Sadie Sink is gonna be Jean Grey because Jean Grey has red hair, right? And Sadie Sink has red hair. But I believe she might have dyed her hair for the movie. I think she did the same thing that Grant Stacy did, that Emma Stone did, dye her hair, because Emma Stone dyed her hair blonde, right? And oh wow, not just her, Bryce Dallas Howard also dyed her hair blonde because they're both redheads. Her and Emma Stone are both redheads. When Bryce Dallas Howard played Stacy also in the Grant Stacy in the Spider-Man 3. Okay, okay. Uh, but he's all these villains. Okay. Now, if it's a montage, fine, fine. Okay. Oh, but like, okay, it's a montage because like No Way Home definitely used a lot of Spider-Man's top tier villains, from Green Goblin to Doctor Octopus to Electro to Sandman the Lizard. But if you look at the top two I mentioned in at the top before, right? You look at Doctor Octopus and Green Goblin. How can he do that in the MCU now? The 616 universe. How can he do that? Sure, multiverse variants. But how? How is it going to work now? Because those are two of Spider-Man's top villains. Okay? Okay? How? Where's is Harry Osborn? Is he going to be in the MCU? Is Spider-Man, Peter Parker going to end up befriending Harry Osborn when we're in college? College. Are they going to introduce the Osborns? Are they going to introduce the Hardys? Okay, we really have the Jamesons, but is he gonna take? Is he gonna? Are we gonna get the more classic Spider-Man where he takes photos for Jonah Jameson? Because I like to see that. Okay, and if we're gonna see like an MCU version of Doc Ock and Green Goblin, I want them to be different. I want Green Goblin to have purple with this green. Okay, like he has in the comics and stuff. I just don't want a green armor suit. I want green and purple. I also want Hobgoblin. I would like to see Hobgoblin too. I like to see Hobgoblin also because I think he would play. I think he fit perfectly in this universe. So I like to see Hobgoblin. Okay, but this is not going to be. This is not going to be just because he's going to continue on, right? I mean, there's going to be another Spider-Man movie after this, right? So a lot of they can still use a lot of villains, right, for the next upcoming Spider-Man movies. There's probably going to be at least, I would say, two more with Tom Holland. And that's it. I don't know if Tom Holland's going to do like 10 Spider-Man movies, solo Spider-Man movies. Okay, I don't think he wants to do 10 Spider-Man solo movies. I don't think that he wants to do that. Huh. Six maybe, six, right? Six probably. And by the fifth, I'll sleep with Supergirl first. Yeah, yeah, you're drunk. Yeah, I think six movies to Tom Holland, but maybe the fifth movie they can introduce Miles Morales, because I think by the time they do a fifth movie, I think they'll be able to use Miles Morales in the MCU. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Six, maybe I say six, two trilogies. Okay. Oh, and that Stranger Things actor wants to play Miles Morales, but he's kind of old to play Miles Morales. Miles Morales is like a teenager. He's kind of too old to play that character. Now, if Miles Morales is in university, maybe, but like, nah. Yeah, they'll make him do it till he's 90. Well, but yeah, 90-year-old Tom Holland doing Spider Man. No. Zendaya will make him do it till he's 90. Zendaya will do it. We'll make him. She'll force him to do it till 90. That's what's gonna happen. Okay. Tom Holland. Tom Holland is Uncle Ben Parker. Yeah, when he reset the MCU, he'll play Ben Parker. Uncle Ben. Okay. 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 You're funny, man. That actually is kind of funny. And he'll be battling an old age Eddie Brock, Venom. All that. Speaking of which, right? Eddie Rock? Yeah, that's gonna be Eddie Rock. Eddie the Rock. Eddie the Rock Johnson. Eddie the Rock Johnson, bro. Send me super chats, join membership or re-up membership. Back from the Tittyverse. I'm back from the Tittyverse. I actually want to talk to Blinded privately. I have to talk to Blinded privately. So I'm going to end it here. But Blinded, come on if you want. Private. We'll do it private. Later, guys.
Come on. Thanks for watching him, bitch.